Okay, I didn't even want to post basically what's going to happen next, but I'm going to read something that's going to indicate that what I was worried about wasn't really an issue. So I spent like 20 minutes, and there's going to be a recording following this, it's about 20 minutes long, looking into triggering something called the PSX Epilogue. So apparently, in the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable versions of Never7, there was a scene at the end. I think it's after Izume Kure A that will trigger. There wasn't in the Japanese PC version. When they made the English patch, which I have, for the Japanese PC version, the original one that comes on the disc, they made it such that you could access this and made a translation of the PSP and PS2. Maybe it was the PS version, like the original PlayStation ending. Anyway, the PlayStation epilogue. They put that in the English translation, but how they did it was kind of weird. They make it so that after you went through, you got all of the endings, you could go into the shortcut menu, and then the last shortcut on your list of shortcuts would be a trigger into this epilogue. And it was made in this very Doki Doki Literature Club like tricky trigger kind of way, where you had to think to scroll to the bottom of your shortcuts and see it on the bottom of your shortcuts. It was very hidden. Now, I never actually experienced this myself because I haven't played through all the way on the original. I made a Let's Play where I played through all the way on this Love 2D port, the quote-unquote Eternal Edition. But I was wondering if the Eternal Edition was trying to replicate the original English translation of the Japanese version off the disc from like 2000, whenever the 2002 or whenever. I know the first ports came out in 1999. Of Never7, they might replicate that behavior. Well, the shortcut menu on the version of the Love 2D port that I have, which isn't the latest version, by the way, but it's the one that, well, I actually have the latest version, but it's like a virgin game file. I've actually started playing it. The one I actually played in my Let's Play, that is, the shortcut menu doesn't really work properly. Like, the shortcuts are all messed up. But I was like, okay, well, if it triggers that way, what if I hadn't seen it yet? Because you see, I'm missing 2 scenes, and I'm missing 2 CGs, right? And the CGs I'm missing are variations on the barbecue. There's variations of the barbecue that I'm missing. So I thought maybe I should try to trigger this. So I went through Izume Kure again from the beginning. Did it pretty quickly. It took about 17 minutes to do because I kept hitting K, which is skip to the next choice, so you can kind of bang through it. And I got nothing at the end. Nothing was added to my... nothing new happened after that didn't happen the first time I got Izume Kure A. And nothing got put into my shortcuts afterwards that looked like that wasn't just a choice that I had made along the way. So I Googled around some more to figure out what was going on, thinking maybe I'd have to like boot up Windows 7 again and play it on the original, which would have been much more work because I'd have to go through the entire, like all of the endings to unlock the Izume Kure A ending and do all the, like I have to do every single other ending, basically, all over again. So yeah, it would be tremendous work to see if it would trigger. So I was curious, well, maybe like the after credit scene that you do get in the Eternal Edition is that PlayStation epilogue. The one, what they call in the clear list grand finale, right? And so I Googled around some more, and I found some forum posts. And somebody who was playing the original, and it was missing an ending. And someone responded and said, where's the response here? The ending you're missing is the PSX ending. It can only be accessed through the shortcut menu, apparently included as a bonus from the translators. Source. And they sourced a TL wiki page but the TL wiki page is no more. And so I don't think the link works. I'm going to check this now just to make sense. See if it will make sense. Wait, the page actually went somewhere. It doesn't look like the TL wiki, though. It looks like some sort of sports thing. Okay, that's really funny. And the person who asked for help responded, "Thanks a tongue, Jartsy. I never would have guessed it was actually in shortcuts. By the way, this also triggers afterwards, as it is the scene from this ending." Now, I went into my scenes list, and I am missing a couple scenes. I don't know what they are, but afterwards is a scene that I have indeed triggered. So based on these forum posts, I have a scene checked off that is from this PSX epilogue, which means that I have seen this PSX epilogue, which indicates to me that, yeah, it's probably grand finale is probably the PSX epilogue. And so I don't actually have to find that. I've already triggered it. But then I recorded 20 minutes of me trying to trigger it. And so you're going to have, the rest of this video is that, and you don't have to watch it. Just click off of it now. Don't worry about it. But because I did it, I wanted to post it just because I did it. But the rest of the video is kind of junk. Okay, there's my 7 or 8 minute explanation of what I was doing and why I think, because I had the afterwards scene checked off, that I have actually seen the PS epilogue, and I don't actually have to do any more work to try to trigger the PS epilogue. If you have more information that I wasn't able to find by Googling things, please share that information in the comments, but I think I'm good as far as that feature is concerned. Thank you. We're going, aren't we? Okay, so first thing I want to show is the old log from way back when I did my Never7 Let's Play. So to review where it was left off, 2 CGs are apparently missing. And 2 scenes are apparently missing. Those scenes are 81 and 149. And then the CGs that are missing are apparently variations on the barbecue, which is interesting. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do a new game. So, and how do I do fast forward here? Fast forward mode is red only. Right, but what's the controls for fast forward? I forget what that is. F3, F4, F5, F2, F1, F3, F4, F5. For how this port works. Whoops. We definitely messed that up. I should restart the game probably. But okay. Does that look okay? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So F10 closes the game. Great. Oh, no, that full screens it. Okay. Okay, I don't know what that looked like on the recording, but that's not what I intended to do. Okay. I forgot how to fast forward in Never7. The like Love 2D engine port. This is very embarrassing. I remember it took me a while, like at first, to figure it out too. When I was doing it the first time, I couldn't figure out the fast forward. Yeah, get rid of the debug mode. Yeah. Forgot how to fast forward. But anyway, I might have to just kind of spam my way through. So, what's this about? Now that like I'm already 3 minutes in and I've already lost everybody's interest, like wondering what this is all about. Why am I coming back to this game that I like abandoned a while ago? Well, I was making this video. I made this video I called like Survey of Availability of the Infinity series or something like that. And I uploaded it to YouTube. And I was working on the description for it. And I should be able to figure this out, this fast forward. Okay, B is backlog. What's F? V, C, X, C, A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K. Is K switch, jumps to the next choice? Okay. So I'm looking up like what choice I should make here. Gonna do the non-Yuka choice here. Oh, it skips to the next choice. Okay, that's what K does. What about L? We'll figure out what all the rest of these things do. So I was making this video, and I wanted to make the description for this video. In the description, I wanted like various relevant links, right? So I wanted to find a link to the fan translation that you apply to the actual official copy. Like if you have the actual Japanese disc. Let me just keep going, trying to find the fast forward. Okay, I don't know, but K skips to the next choice. So I'm going to use K. I was working on this description, and I wanted to find this where the fan translation you already downloaded it from. It's hard to think and say this at the same time. And well, in the process, I went to the visual novel database page for Never7, like the actual like translation patch, and what I found there was that the translation patch apparently added an epilogue from the PSP. From the PSP version. Now, I have this patch and I have this the original like disc copy, but it doesn't run well when you're not on Windows 7. You can kind of get it to run on Windows 10. It's kind of a luck of the draw kind of thing. Let's see. Do I have to play tennis with? Is there any point to playing tennis with Yuka here? No, not really. Okay. So we're gonna go do the Haruka thing. So the second thing I wanted to make a link to was I I'm stumbling all over myself because I'm trying to like look up what choice to make at each of these, and and trying to tell the story at the same time. It's like, okay, that's interesting. In order to get there, though, I would have to replay all the entirety of Never7 on this original copy instead of on like the Eternal Edition, the Love 2D version, in order to. So this is the Izumi choice here. What am I supposed to do? With pleasure, apparently. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna do this. Do Saki, I guess. Oh, this is grayed out. Interesting. It's it was because of my carelessness that she got hurt. Our eyes met and I immediately look away. It was because of my carelessness that she got hurt. Yuka said otherwise, but she's obviously mad. And at that time, a sharp pain runs through my forehead. Izumi-san sprayed disinfectant into the wound on my forehead. Ow.
我慢しなさい.
Put up with it. She slaps me lightly on the head. Yuka turns her head, snickering. I can suddenly feel a pair of eyes glaring at me. Saki is staring at me intently. I look at her, but it's Saki this time who looks away. Something then occurs to me. Why does Saki look so pained? Interesting. I never made that choice before. Well, what do you do? Here you're supposed to click faint. And then you're supposed to, is it alright to accept this? This doesn't matter. Okay, so, but I was like, okay, well, I wonder if the Eternal Edition is supposed to replicate everything that the original, like the English translation, it was a fan translation, I guess, of, so we want to go to the pool. Dive like a dolphin, right? Is my head on your lap? Yeah, I am. This one. Okay. Okay. What if the the love port, which is supposed to replicate that, also has this? Which is what I'm trying to go for now. Now, my Love 2D port is out of date. So maybe this hasn't been implemented yet. Not sure. I could try it with the newest version, but then I have to replay the entire game, all of the other endings to get to the Izumi Kirei A, which I don't want to do. So we're going to try to do this with the version I've already played with first. The second thing, the second thing is that I managed to find a flowchart for Never7. This is messing around with the Internet Archive. And on this flowchart, it says something at the bottom here. Note 2, the PSX style epilogue. Notice it says PSX. It says PSX because there's actually a PSP and a PS2 port for Never7. So it appears that it also thinks that the PS2 also has this epilogue. It's included as a bonus with the English patch. Becomes accessible once all other endings are seen and can be viewed only through a shortcut. And it happens if you do like it happens after you do cure A. Izumi cure A the second time. So I'm going to see if it triggers in the shortcut menu if I do Izumi cure A a second time or not. That's basically what this test is. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, I'm going to have to dig real deep, go like to Windows 7 or something to try to see if it'll trigger, which is going to be horrendous. But that's what I'm trying to do right now. It took me several minutes to get in to say what I'm trying to do, but that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, now that I've explained what I'm trying to trigger based on what I've found by accident when doing research to try to make another video, hopefully I can focus on making the right choices to get me there. This doesn't matter because this is like a Haruka thing, but let's see. Okay. Okay, this doesn't matter. And then, so if I want Izumi, I want to do rock. Wait. Yes, rock. Let me see if that...
ほんじゃ今度はおっくんとブブ日本せー
はい
という
Okay. So it's got me in the break graveyard with Izumi. We're gonna skip forward. So now we're all the way to this. I want to simply bask in the water, I guess. Okay. This doesn't really matter here. And then I want to set okay, so I want to set CA. So I want to go to Princess Beach. Correct. Okay, Princess Beach. And then I want to say I want to say leave it to me. And then I want to return to the lodge. Okay. Now, how do I trigger Cure A? Cure A. To hit the truth. Okay, so this one is you just roll with it. Don't have to do anything. Is this not something? And you and remember you asked, aren't we having Cure tonight? Okay, route turnover. Okay, route turnover at 17 minutes in. On the night of the 3rd, I really did plan to making curry and brought the ingredients for it. Okay. Okay, skipping to the next. Because you said dinner will be curry, dinner became
逆
curry.
に言えば、もしもあの時誠くんが夕飯はシチューだと言ってたら、
But on the other hand, if you had said dinner will be stew at that
夕
time,
飯のメニューはシチューというのが現実になっていたのかもしれないの。
but it might have become a reality where dinner was stew.
そうやって今この瞬間にも誠くんは新しい現実を作り続けているのよ。
And then I do, I guess. And then if I want to do A, I got to say the truth. So tell them the whole truth. And then this doesn't matter, right? And then you say you're not mad. Say I do. And then we want to mention the bell's disappearance. And then we want to hit stop the car.
Hoshi wa heien ni kagayaki tsuzukeru no. Mizu no naka de itsu mademo itsu mademo. だからその輝きを忘れないでね。ずっと一緒にいようね。
Okay, then it goes into credits. And the background music off, so this will be silent credits. Whew. Yeah, so if you didn't catch that because I was trying to, like, do the whole game and everything, to summarize, I found out in my research for some other thing that this may contain another epilogue beyond just the after credits scene for Azumi Kirei. And so, as such, I'm going through Izumi Kirei a second time to see if it will trigger. Don't know. Don't know what's going to happen here. If it doesn't trigger, I probably will just give up. What I could do is I could try the actual, like, the English patched game. Like, the original Japanese disc English patched. Oh, I can skip this, can't I? Maybe? Yeah, I can, okay. So, to be safe, I'm going to spam through this as opposed to hitting K, because there's probably a fast forward button, I just haven't found it.
お兄ちゃんがいるかでちなみにだしたけどねもうね北条記のだってもうすっかり忘れちゃったから受験したのなんて知ってるよだからこのことは
何が内緒今の話とぼけたって無駄よそれ替え玉なんておねだってうちの大学に入いいわね大丈夫来年の入試も
いや諸君
It's been a while since I read this, so I didn't actually recall.
どうだい人造戦隊に入る決心はもうついたかな
They're talking about, like, exams
君
and
も
stuff.
極楽園遊園あれそういえば
そうねさっきまでそこにいたのおかしいね
やっぱ船乗りに酒は
Okay, let's see what happens. Well, interesting. Did not trigger. Huh. Well, if anybody knows how to make that trigger, let me know. Because it doesn't seem to work on this version. I mean, I have all the endings, right? So if it's all other endings, then anyway. Or if that's just it, like the like seat on the boat thing is the PSP epilogue. That's just is it. Then let me know if that's just the case and I'm just chasing something that's not there. Okay. Well, that's the end of this recording.